What's up, peeps? In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to change your visual settings on Rebirth from this to this. So a lot of people didn't like the way they changed the visuals in the new Rebirth. And obviously, if you're on PC, you can change a lot of the filters and stuff like that. But for us console people, we don't have that many things to change. So this is without any colorblind settings, and the brightness is 50. Sometimes a lot of people thought that this was too bright, right? Sometimes if there's a sniper over there, you can't even see the glint anymore. And then if you're inside of places, then it just seems a little bit too dark. So in my opinion, this one is just a little bit too bright. Like, look, if you look at the sky, it just seems like it's blasting your eyes. So the settings that I changed on this one is we're going to go into options for interface. Now, I used to run the last one. I used to run Tritanopia, but this one makes it feel like yellow. And that's why this is the first thing that happened to me. I mean, look at this. The game looks completely yellow. And I was like, oh my God, like what did they do to Rebirth? So the one that I use now is going to be this one, the second one, the Deuteranopia. But also for the graphics, you're going to go all the way to the bottom, and in the brightness settings, you're going to just drop it down 2 points. And that, as you can see, it's still a little green, not as yellow, but the smoke is definitely a lot more contrasty, and the map as well is just a little bit more contrasty and not as bright as before. Now, this is again my personal preference, but what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna change and I'm gonna set up every specific colorblind setting, and I'm gonna leave it at 50 brightness, and then you guys can decide what brightness is the best one for you. So let's start up. So again, running into this one, this is gonna be the normal. There is absolutely no colorblind setting on this one. This is gonna be the normal one. Next up, we got the first one, which is the Bratanopia, and the greens are a little bit greener, but it's a little bit darker, and I just find that the colors are a little bit too dull. As you guys can see here, it just seems like they're a little bit washed out and there's no colors. Even if you look on your top left of the mini map, the way that the red seems, they're not as red as they used to be. Next up, we got my personal favorite, which is the Deuteranopia, and as you guys can see, the green is like a lot more contrasty. Reds are a lot more contrasty. Again, in the mini map there, you can see that the reds are a lot more contrasty as well. Buildings don't seem as washed out, and overall, you get like a nicer image with good contrast colors, good saturation, and again, just lower that brightness down a little bit. And then this is, like I said, the final one, the Tritanopia. This just looks like really yellow. Again, super different compared to the other one. The gas looks not even green anymore, completely yellow. The colors seem a little bit too saturated. Everything's like a reddish, greenish tone, weird tone that I don't like. But yeah, like I said, this all comes out to personal preference, so you guys will be able to decide and which one do you think looks better for you. And then also, one of the things I want to talk about is obviously we don't have to talk about weapon motion blur and all that sort of stuff. A lot of people just know to have that disabled. But one of the things was that somebody on the video said that the safe area, which is in the graphics section, if you move this or made it smaller and stuff like that, it would increase FOV. This doesn't increase FOV at all, but if you do play on a TV or on a monitor that you feel is too big, this may help you out. So as you guys can see, this is my some bitch kill does, but either way, we can still talk about the video. So this is the normal area, right? The normal safe area. Pay attention to the mini map and your armor plates. Now, if I go here into safe area and then scoot it over, so just the horizontal sides here, and we hit apply, as you guys can see, the mini map moves closer. So the whole screen is still the same, but it's the mini map and the things around, like you can see the kills and the deaths. So if you're playing on a big TV, right, and you have to rotate your head to look at your mini map, or to look at your plates or ammo, this might be something good that you want to change, right? And again, maybe if you're playing in a monitor that's too big, you might want to move this. Now, the best way that you want to do is when you're playing the game, you never want to have to rotate your head, right? All you want to do is move your eyes. While you're moving your eyes, you should be able to see every single thing in the screen, right? That being the mini-map, that being the armor plates, the bullets, everything. And this was something very interesting that I noticed while I was watching. Somebody told me to watch, Jowo. He posted this video where he was saying, it's time to come clean. And he just showed like a bunch of his cameras, and I noticed that he placed really close to his monitor in a way that it's actually affecting him. You guys are gonna see right here that when he's playing, we're gonna take a look at his head right here. He's looking at his mini map right here, right? He's looking, we can see right here, he even has his mini map like a little bit zoomed in. You can see that it's not all the way to the side, so he does have that safe area, but still, he's playing so close to his monitor that he has to move his head, and look at that, he's looking at his mini map. You shouldn't be moving your head like this when you're playing the game. It should all be with your eye movements. You should not be rotating. Your head should really be still and your eye should be the only thing that's moving. If you have to rotate your head like he's doing right here, that means that you're playing either way too close to your TV, which this is his problem. His problem is not the safe area, because we can see the safe area here. I see he's playing really like significantly close. We can see here in the bottom of the screen, it's like right in front of him. So that's just something to take into consideration, especially again, like if you're playing on monitor or on a TV or anything like that. Remember, you don't want to be rotating your head. Everything you want to do is based on your eye movement. And ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it. I mean, also one of the things I do want to mention is if you also have a monitor or a TV and you change like the graphical settings, like sometimes you can make it FPS or racing or a movie, always change that first. So go into Warzone, select the normal one, like without any colorblind setting, change the monitor settings according to that. Then once you feel like you like it, then you start changing the colorblind settings, because the colorblind settings is also affecting like the contrast and saturation. So what you want to do is you want to find one that maybe you like on the normal setting, and then see if the colorblind setting helps that. And that's what I did on my monitor. I have the FPS setting available, and I felt it made the colors a little bit punchier. And then even with my colorblind setting, it makes it even punchier, right? So again, remember to change your monitor settings, and that's why I'm letting you guys know that it varies, right, on what TV you play and what monitor you play, and based on that, it's gonna be your personal preference. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Peace out, everybody, and I'll see you all in the next one.